Good morning, Ram fam, and welcome to this week's edition of the Saturday Spark, where I hopefully can give you a little training inspiration for your Saturday morning meeting. We have all seen lead counts dropping over the last 2 months, and it doesn't matter what the lead source is. So what are we doing about it? Are you just throwing money at this problem, trying to get that lead count to go up? Or are we working to make sure our sales teams and BDCs know what to say and are staying in control of the conversation when they pick up that sales call? Alan taught us the difference between making a deal and missing a deal is knowing what to say. You listen to every single customer interaction on the sales floor and you close those customers 80, 90% of the time. But are you listening to the interactions over the phone where I guarantee you only getting these customers to show up 20, 30% of the time? Do I really need to connect the dots here for you people? Managers, you need to know what your team is saying on the phone. But first, I need to make sure you know what to listen for and how to coach forward for positive results. Your sales teams are crushing it. They're educating themselves 15, 20 minutes a day in our Adapt platform, and everyone is simulating because we don't practice on customers. Now, who's holding them accountable? Managers, this is your job, and the key here is listening to phone calls. Either stand within an earshot, go hang out in the BDC, listen to the conversations that are taking place. Of course, I want you reviewing the recorded calls monthly when you do your review and goal setting meetings with each individual member of your team. But this is what I want you doing every day. This is the walking and talking that Alan taught us. So what should we be listening for? First things first, first impression. The average customer spent 14 to 16 hours doing homework on you. They decided to pick your store and call you. The answer better be you picked a great time to call us. That's the pat on the back they're looking for, not the, yeah, what do you want? 2, let's control the conversation. Who's asking the questions? Who's in control? And what starts with the pack? Everything starts with the pack. With your permission, I'd like to ask you a few questions to make sure we are on the same page. That's how it works. 3, we want to narrow down the shopper. We know over 80% of all customers do not buy the car they originally call on. Is your team taking advantage of that, or are we just going down rabbit holes on one car that will get them absolutely nowhere? Selling the sizzle. 4, are we getting them excited, not just about the car, because listen, we all sell the same car. What sets us apart? What's your why buy? Why should we buy from your store? Get me excited. Finally, most importantly, are we hooking that trade? We're making sure that customer knows how valuable your car is to them. Managers, this is exactly what you should be listening for, and sales and BDC teams, your managers are listening, and you know what they are listening for. Let's get on it. Stop throwing good money at leads that aren't being answered right, and work to make sure your teams know what to say before they answer the phone. And once they do, are they staying in control of this conversation for the best customer experience and higher conversion rates? Consistency is key here, managers. Always be listening. Get out there and crush it today. See you next week.